Hey guys, it's Matt Catling for your mini accelerator this week. And today we're talking about a new kind of initiative that I've been working on. It's called the 100K week. And specifically today, we're going to look at deals and crafting an incredible deal, more specifically. What's really exciting is that I looked at a lot of my clients, and over 80% of my clients are now starting to do 100K weeks, some even more. And this is what has always been a benchmark for me, has been looking at how can I do 100K days, 50K days, all of that type of stuff. So it's having that bigger picture focus and really starting to look at how can you do this with also not expending a huge amount of time. And half of the battle is the deal. So let's jump straight into it, crafting the deal. So if you think about it, when a client comes to you, they've got a problem. And what our job is to bridge the gap, if you will. Our job is to take our client from the problem to the result. Now, if you imagine a metaphor here, we've got a cliff and we want to get over to the other side of that cliff. Now, the fastest way to do that is to obviously have a bridge. Our job is to create a bridge from problem to result. Because if you think about it, the faster we can solve our customers' problems, the more they're going to pay. We're in a kind of new world at the moment where efficiency and time is so important, because if we can free up someone's time, what they can do with that time, as long as they're doing something valuable with that time, that's worth something, right? So, big challenge when it comes to problem result is sometimes we think, oh, we have to solve every single problem. And the challenge with that is if you try and solve every single problem, you're not going to have enough energy. What we want to really zero in on is a really profitable problem, a really, really profitable problem, something that someone would pay for. And typically, it means that there is a lot of pain or there is a lot of kind of cost or whatever it is associated to that specific problem. Now you can see this, the bridge is actually the product or service. And we want to work out, well, what is it worth? What is it worth to be able to solve that specific problem? And who is it more specifically? So that's what we want to work on. We want to work on, number one is who's got the problem? And more specifically, what do we need to put in place to be able to solve that problem really, really quickly? Now you can actually do this exercise. It's really, really good. You can actually draw this on your page. And what you do is you work out at the top, what is kind of the area of life that we're working on? Is it wealth? Is it business? Is it relationships, or if it's health? Like, you could generalize it to health, wealth, relationships. Now, if someone's got a lot of pain in that specific area, it's like we mentioned, they're probably going to pay a lot more money. Or if there's an efficiency opportunity where they can earn more money, again, it's going to be highly valuable. Okay, think about that. Health, wealth, relationships are typically the areas where people have often a lot of charges associated to it. Wealth, as always, I always kind of chunk wealth or generalize wealth into three areas, which is business, property, or shares. And again, in those specific areas, if you can create efficiency, if you can get results faster, again, there's a higher opportunity to be able to earn a lot of revenue. So we want to look at what I call incredible deals. You may want to write that down. An incredible deal is so good, it's almost that when you pitch it to the person, they go, well, this is just a no-brainer. I'd actually be really stupid not to take advantage of this opportunity. If you look at your competitors, they're probably doing deals in exactly the same way. If you get an incredible deal right, it will separate you from all of your competitors and position you in a completely different way. So if we look at incredible deals or doing incredible deals, this is a matrix that we look at. We want to work out what the problem is, then plus the result. Once we've got that information, now remember, the problem is a profitable problem, everyone, not something that is kind of an easier problem to solve. No, we want something that is a profitable problem where someone is in some form of crisis or challenge. If you're a coach or a consultant, typically it means that your client has hit threshold, they've tried to fix it themselves, and they're in the market because they've hit some form of crisis or chaos. And that's what we want to really attract. We want to connect with those people that are actually in the market or in the problem, because there's a whole lot of segments that are not really in the market at this stage. The problem hasn't really challenged them. 80% of the time, it's more of a problem focus or a challenge focus than more of an aspirational type of thing that I find with coaching and consulting. Now, one big mistake is when it comes to deals, people want to do deals for every single person, the entire market. And it's like I mentioned, no, we need to zero in. Now, a really great metaphor that I love to share on this topic is natural selection. So if you look at nature, nature often has all of the answers, right? So think about this. You've got this herd of zebra and you've got a hungry lion. Now, what does the lion do? Does the lion kind of jump in and attack straight away? No. What the lion does, it's quite smart. It makes its presence known. So what does it do? It scatters the herd. And then when it scatters the herd, it can then see which are the weaker zebra because it knows those ones that have the problem or the challenge or whatever it is, it's going to be able to get the best possible meal, right, and feed its family. And so that's kind of the same thing. We don't want to be all things to all people. No, we want to scatter the herd. We want to find where is someone in the market has a big problem, and then how can we craft the deal specifically for them, not for everyone, specifically for them, to be able to take them from problem to result. Now, once we really uncover that, profitable problem, then we know what the result is, right? The result is typically the opposite. Then we can focus on an incredible deal. Now, how do we construct an incredible deal? This is the things, it's a bit of a checklist. Incredible deals, we want to increase the value, right? We want a bigger deal. So if we think of like a 100K week, a 100K week could just be 10 10K deals. So how could we get a high value deal and increase the value of that deal? Now, one way is to combine products or services. So if you're a consultant or a coach, you could combine products or other services or vice versa. So combining products or service is a really great way to increase the value of the deal because that's what we want to do. We want to go on a bit of a journey to go from micro deals to move to macro deals. And obviously, the bigger the deal with the higher the margin, the less we have to work. We can do smaller amount of deals and we can set up, as long as we've got a model that is set up correctly that can scale, we can increase our levels of freedom in both life and business. And that's really, really the key. Like if you think about it, and one of the points here is it's easier to sell, one big deal to one wealthy person than a whole lot of smaller deals to people that are in a situation where they can't afford it. They're broker than obviously those wealthy people. No offense here. And so sometimes we don't do that because of self-worth, all of those things. Now, the faster you can go to help someone from going from problem to result, the more you can charge. We've covered that. What's really important when it comes to a deal is using evidence. So case studies, testimonials, as many as you can. And obviously urgency is a really critical point in the sales process. And so I want you to think about it. Like for you to transition to a 100K week, we might need to look at your offering and go, well, how do we take it maybe from a 2K offering to a 5K offering? Or how do we take it from a 5K offering to a 10K offering? Or how do we take it from a 10K offering to a 20K offering? And then we set up a really incredible deal. And we set it up in a way that when someone hears it, they go, oh my God, this is just such an incredible thing. Why wouldn't I do it? With some of my mentoring programs, I have like a love it or leave it 90-day thing. And I set up agreements that if we hit these agreements, then, we'll upgrade to, a 20, 40, 50K opportunity. Now, think about it. Imagine selling 2K deals to get up to 50. Like we've got to sell 20 odd deals to achieve that versus, a couple of big deals. And so that's what I like to look at when it comes to the journey of an entrepreneur is how do we go from those micro to macros? Now, the challenge is that it's typically really hard to do this stuff yourself. You need support. And that's why getting a mentor is really, really important. And you want to get a mentor that can help you create a bigger deal, construct a bigger deal, position a bigger deal. And like if you think of like the mentor apprentice relationship, if you're a really good apprentice, like you really, really show up, and I have like an equation for really great apprentices, their willingness to learn is like 10 out of 10. And a willingness to learn is at a 10 out of 10 level is that you've let go of what you know and you've created space for some new ideas, some new information. Because if you're not willing to do that, that will mean that you've probably got a belief that you know it all. Now, when you've got a belief that you know it all, you stop learning. Now, a mentor or a master is probably not going to put up with that. The next one is the willingness to change. A lot of people say, I want to change my life. When it comes to changing their life, they don't actually want to change their life. So in order to change your life, you actually have to change your life. So you have to have a willingness to change that is 10 out of 10. And that means doing something different and getting out of your comfort zone and facing those things. It's what I often say, and you guys have heard me say this before, is that the things that you avoid in life hold the biggest opportunities for personal growth. And in fact, if you're in a business, that's what you want to look at every day. You want to look at what are the top 5 things I'm avoiding and knock off the first 2 without thinking. You do that consistently, it compounds into enormous rapid growth. And so, like I mentioned, a whole heap of my clients, most of my clients, over 80% of my clients now, are doing 100K weeks, some heaps more than that. And so I just wanted to share it with you guys. And so I've started a new group. It's called the 100K Week. It's a Facebook group. Here's a link. Please join it. It's a free group, and I want to help you. I want to help you construct your deals. I want to help you move from a micro deal to a macro deal and to really hit those amazing weeks where that you can get out there and really experience total freedom. Like, it's literally raining abundance. And the deal is everything. Like, your first deal in your business is a quantum leap in your business. It's a proof of concept. We want to keep making deals and keep focusing on deals. And as a founder, that's what you need to do. You need to be doing deals consistently. Okay? The deals just get bigger. You don't stop doing deals. They just get bigger, higher margin, higher opportunity. And that's what we want to start to look at. All right, guys, this is our mini accelerator for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you need any help, please reach out. Bye for now.